God!
There's nothing quite like a shocking betrayal in WWE. Whether it's a beloved superstar turning their back on the fans or a hero embracing their dark side, these moments always leave the WWE Universe stunned. Today, we're counting down the top 10 heel turns of the modern era. The betrayals that changed careers and shook up the entire landscape of WWE. When Finn Balor made his shocking return to NXT in 2019, fans were excited to see the Prince back on the brand that made him famous. But what we didn't see coming was his betrayal of Johnny Gargano.
Still 4 against 3, what the hell?
Balor hit Gargano with a devastating Pele kick, leaving everyone in disbelief. This heel turn brought out a more ruthless, aggressive Balor, a throwback to his Bullet Club days in Japan. It was the perfect move to revitalize his career after a somewhat underwhelming main roster run. Speaking of Gargano, let's talk about a betrayal that left NXT fans heartbroken. Ciampa turning on Gargano in 2017. As DIY, they were one of the most beloved tag teams in NXT history. But after losing a brutal ladder match at NXT TakeOver Chicago, Ciampa snapped. He blindsided Gargano with vicious attacks, and that moment sparked one of the most emotional rivalries in NXT history. Ciampa's heel turn turned him into the ultimate villain, while Gargano became the sympathetic hero fighting for redemption. When Edge returned at the 2020 Royal Rumble, it felt like a miracle. 9 years after being forced to retire, he was back. But what followed was heartbreaking. Just weeks later, his former partner Randy Orton attacked him in one of the most brutal assaults we've seen in years. Orton justified his actions by saying he was saving Edge from himself, but the WWE Universe saw it as a cold, calculated move. This reignited Orton's legend killer persona, and their feud became one of the most intense storylines of the year.
Oh my God!
The Festival of Friendship, one of the most entertaining segments in WWE history. Or so we thought. Chris Jericho poured his heart into celebrating his friendship with Kevin Owens. But Owens had other plans. Just when we thought everything was going well, Owens handed Jericho a gift, the infamous List of KO. And as soon as Jericho realized his name was on it, it was too late. Owens' brutal attack ended their partnership and broke the hearts of fans everywhere. This turn cemented Owens as one of the top heels in WWE at the time. For years, she was WWE's ultimate babyface, spreading positivity and hugs. But in one defining moment, she slashed her signature Bayley buddies and embraced a new, edgier persona. Fans were left in shock, but this heel turn was exactly what her character needed. Bayley became a top heel, and this transformation led to her becoming the longest-reigning SmackDown Women's Champion in history.
What the hell? Oh my God!
Dean Ambrose turning on Seth Rollins in 2018 still stings, especially because of when it happened. Roman Reigns had just announced his leukemia diagnosis, and fans were already emotional. Moments later, after winning the Raw Tag Team titles, Ambrose attacked Rollins out of nowhere. This heel turn unleashed a darker, more sinister version of Ambrose that shocked the WWE Universe. It was one of the most emotionally charged betrayals in recent memory. When Becky Lynch snapped at SummerSlam 2018, it wasn't just a heel turn, it was the birth of the man. After losing a triple threat match to Charlotte Flair, Becky had had enough.
Oh, Becky!
She attacked Charlotte in a fit of frustration, and while WWE intended for her to be a heel, the fans were 100% behind her. This moment turned Becky into a global phenomenon and kicked off her meteoric rise to becoming the first woman to headline WrestleMania. Dominik Mysterio's heel turn in 2022 might be one of the most surprising in recent years. After being by his father Ray's side for so long, Dom shocked the world when he turned on his dad and Edge at Clash at the Castle. By joining the Judgment Day, Dominik finally stepped out of Rey Mysterio's shadow and developed into one of WWE's most despised heels. For years, fans had been begging for Roman Reigns to turn heel, and in 2020, they finally got their wish. Roman returned at SummerSlam with a new attitude, aligned himself with Paul Heyman, and proclaimed himself the Tribal Chief. This heel turn was a game changer. Roman dominated the roster, ruled as the Universal Champion, and turned his once-divided fan base into a unified force that embraced his heel persona. And at number 1, we have the most shocking betrayal of the modern era. Seth Rollins turning on The Shield. In 2014, no one saw it coming when Rollins aligned with the Authority, smashing Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose with steel chairs. This heel turn not only broke up one of WWE's most dominant factions, but it also launched Rollins into main event stardom as the Architect, one of the best villains of his generation.
And I'm gonna kill him anyway.
And there you have it, the top 10 most shocking heel turns of WWE's modern era. Which one shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.